says too.
Yeah. Sunflowers.
Which do you like better? I mean, the sunflower. Which do you like better? I mean, the sunflower.
Like us to present and stuff. We've got a ticket here, so we were going to kind of go over some of that. We've got another bike here that we might borrow to show some stuff, but really kind of just open it up to y'all. And so,
You raffling off a bike?
excuse me?
Are you raffling off a bike?
No, but we can raffle off. We'll raffle off 10% off a bike.
Ah.
Today and was going quite well, I'd have to say. Some of the things to notice: we have folding pedals on the bad boy, and it comes in a variety of different forms. This one we're calling the Hyperfold because it's got a cable system. And does anybody here drink wine? No.
Oh, no.
No? Oh, okay. Because if you can think of a wine bottle as you're working with this, it'll help you. There's a little latch that's holding my seat mast, this little silver piece. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is release that. Bada boom. Now my steering mast is held in with a little latch here, so I'm pulling that up. And now I'm starting to think about wine. So I'm grabbing the bottle of my the necks of my 2 bottles of wine, and I'm lifting up. At this point, we call this the Pac-Man. Anybody remember that from the old?
Yeah.
Yep. So this little clamp here is a little Pac-Man clamp. Has everybody seen that? See the little Pac-Man clamp?
Yeah.
All right. And so what that's going to do is hold these 2 pieces together. So I get the steering mast good and flat. Then that cable system comes around and it's tied to the rear triangle. So then as I lower this and set it, it puts pressure on the cable holding the seat mast in place, holding my Pac-Man on, and off I ride away. Wow. And then to fold it, it's just in reverse. We give it a little smack on the behind, grab my bottles of wine, lift up, fold there, there, and roll away.
Wow.
And another thing that's rather neat, it comes with a, you can get a front rack for it. Front rack actually does 2 things. Number 1, you can hold a nice little grocery bag. So I'll borrow the bike at Bike Friday and I'll go across to the grocery store, fold it up, I'll have the bag on there, and then I use this as my shopping cart. You know, so a loaf of bread, my eggs, all that stuff. And then just check out, put it back in there, come outside, and roll away. The other thing that's available, we don't have on here, but there's a quick shower cap that's right here where this handle is. Okay, and the purpose of that is, in some places during rush hour, if you want to get on the bus or on the train, your bike has to be enclosed in a bag, or else there's like a 3-bike limit or whatever, so you might not be able to get on. So what you can do with this, you unfold it, it's like a quick shower cap, and it closes the bike. If you have the rack, it'll hold the bag off the front wheel, so you can still roll it while it's enclosed in the bag.
Here, so we push all the way over, and you can see first gear means this little mark here is pointing to the 1 dot. All the way in as far as it'll go. Then we go down to the click box. There's a button on top of here that's sticking up. Push that button down and then wiggle the click box off. It'll kind of fight you a little bit, but then you're off. Now to get it back on, you have to make sure the button is still down. If it's not down, let's say this happens, someone pulls on the box, the button pops up, and the cable has been pulled out of its position. Make sure that the cable's all the way tucked into the front of the click box. Make sure the arm is pulled back. Now you can push the button down. The button always has to be down when you're putting the box back on. Now once you've got it pushed all the way onto the axle with the button down, pop the button back up to lock it in place. And then to adjust it, move to second gear, which is right there. You can see the little mark is pointing to the 2 dots. And now look into the window here from straight above, and you can see that there's a yellow indicator mark that's right inside the window, inside the railroad track mark. Now I'm going to move the shifter so you can see that thing move. See the yellow thing moving in there. Hopefully it shows up on the video. And you're good to go.
So I was just talking to Lou Ignaro.
That's correct.
Lou is like...
Nobel laureate in medicine, 1998.
And he rides a bike Friday.
Absolutely, every day.
Exercise.
Exercise and good food and good red wine.
And take
That's what you need.
Take it from an Italian. He's Italian.
Of course I'm Italian. Don't I look Italian here? Now you can see I'm Italian. I go to Asia a lot, so I was in Japan once. I think I was there for 5 or 6 days eating all the shark eyeballs and eyeball soup. So I went and looked for a McDonald's, and it was the best hamburger I've ever had in my life. I don't know whether it was because I got away from the eyeballs or whether it was better in Japan. The food in Japan is good, but you can eat so much of it, and then you have to have a hamburger.